Two of the men who are within one event of the proud title of the world's strongest man, Jón Páll Sigmarsson of Iceland and Geoff Capes of England. Geoffrey, how do you feel at this moment when it's all so very close in this last event?
One of the nice things about it first is that the Europeans are 1, 2, 3 at the moment, not just that we're in a position of winning.
Now what about this young fella here, Jón Páll Sigmarsson? He really is something, isn't he?
Well, the Australian commentator asked me what I thought of him, and I said, he's an animal. And he asked him what he thought of me. He said, he's an animal too. So, but it's the same old thing, you know. When two animals get together, there's hell to play, you know, especially if we're both lions, and male lions at that.
Well, two male lions. In fact, the leopard skin seems very appropriate. How do you feel right now?
I'm tired, of course, but I will do my best.
And this is the kind of event in which your strength and speed could do you very well, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about what I can do in this event. I was fourth in Holland, strongest man of Europe, but I will try.
You'll give it a go.
Yeah, I will be angry.
Geoff, the very first words you said in this program were, in the world you've been fourth, you've been third, you've been second, and now maybe it's your turn to be first. Do you think it is?
Well, I'm certainly going to try. I've got a lot of things to prove. I want to do it for my own country, obviously, but most of all, I want to do it for myself.
And a suitably epic grand finale to this tough competition. Lorry loading. 10 sacks to be loaded, each weighing as much as the average man, 12 stones. And Jón Páll Sigmarsson can afford to smile as he gets ready to go against the dour American powerlifter, Doyle Kennedy. This is by common consent the hardest event in a hard competition. They call lorry loading the man killer. And Jón Páll is sprinting. Well, as you can see, the refinement of cruelty that was added to this event in the European heat in Holland is here again. Flour in the bags, very fine flour that gets into the competitors' breathing and can stop them dead in their tracks. And it's done just that to Doyle Kennedy. But not this man, Jón Páll Sigmarsson. This is going to be a very fast time. 1 minute, 31.7 seconds. Do you get the feeling he's moderately pleased with that performance? But I'm not so sure about Doyle Kennedy.
Jón Páll, first of all, congratulations on that amazing little bit of a run around with the sacks there.
Thanks.
Secondly, have you ever been to England?
Yes, I have.
Yes? Do you like to visit England?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something now. In a bank in England, waiting for you, is 1,000 English pounds. You have been voted personality of the competition. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thanks.
My New Zealand colleague Phil Gifford breaking the good news from the sponsor's home banking scheme to Jón Páll. Now the two North Americans, Canada's Tom Magee and John Gamble from the United States.
Get set.
Last year at the world's strongest man competition at Magic Mountain in California, Tom Magee set the fastest time ever recorded for truck loading, and just look at him go now.
Nope. Come on, right over.
Gamble is taking things nice and steady, but just look what's happened to Tom Magee.
Come on, clear.
This man-killing event has taken its toll of both of these powerful men, but suddenly Magee seems to be in a slow-motion nightmare.
Come on, Tom. Come on.
He's paying the price of his epic efforts of yesterday. John Gamble is on the home stretch, his time 1 minute 47.2 seconds, and he's feeling the pain. But now this is all about the lonely courage and character and the battle for self-respect of Tom Magee. With Gamble taking oxygen at the point of collapse, Magee knows he's lost his valiant bid to become the world's strongest man. Nobody would blame him for surrendering to his agonized exhaustion, but he's nothing if not a fighter. And that look from Nancy says more than words ever could. Everybody here is willing him to complete his last lap. And would you believe it, he's putting in a sprint finish. And this New Zealand crowd recognises true grit when they see it. Now the last roundup. Geoff Capes looking ferocious and Seaman Wulfse, the best of friends out of the arena, but no quarter will be asked or given here.
Get set. Go up. Come on, Geoff. Come on, both of them.
Look at this, they're matching each other stride for stride. And this could be crucial. Sigmarsson has set up such a fast time that if Wulfse were to beat Geoff into third place, that could be enough to allow the Icelander to snatch the title at the last breath. But look at this, Wulfse has run into that pain barrier we talked about in this event, and he's slowed down dramatically, but Geoff is keeping up the pace. And how about this for confidence? He snatches a gulp of a soft drink. And Wulfse is really hurting. All Geoff has to do now is to deliver this last sack, and he's won the competition. And he's done it.
Capes and Sigmarsson next came face to face half a world away from Christchurch amid the Christmas